Some nights don't come alone. They bring things you don't see, but you feel. Memories, regrets, footsteps that were never supposed to return. Tonight, I'm telling you 3 stories, real stories. Stories that people tried to forget, but couldn't. Not because they were haunted by ghosts, but because they were haunted by what they loved and what they lost. If you're watching this at night, keep the lights on. And if something feels like it's standing behind you, breathing softly, don't turn around. Not yet. Let's begin. Night Tora Zone, where I bring you the most thrilling and true horror stories from around the world. If you love horror, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a terrifying moment. If you've ever had a real horror experience, share it in the comments and subscribe to Night Tora Zone so you never miss a chilling. Is the story of a girl named Maya. She lived with her parents in a small 2-bedroom apartment. A year earlier, her older sister Lena had passed away in a car accident. The family tried to move on, but the silence in that apartment felt wrong, too heavy. The first strange thing happened on a Sunday evening. Maya was alone, doing homework, when she heard breathing. Not her own, another breath, just behind her right shoulder. She turned fast, nothing. She told herself it was stress, but the next morning, she found her bedroom door open, even though she clearly remembered locking it. Then, things started moving. A hairbrush that kept switching places, a pair of earrings that appeared on her pillow, objects she hadn't touched in months. One night, Maya awoke to the sound of pages turning. Her diary, the one she kept in a drawer, it was open on the floor, as if someone had been reading it. She called out quietly, "Lena." The room felt colder, like someone had walked through her. Her mother tried to comfort her, saying it was grief, but the real breaking point came 2 weeks later. Around 2:15 a.m., Maya awoke with a start. She felt pressure at the end of her bed, like someone had sat down gently. She didn't move. She didn't breathe. She simply listened, and she heard it again. Breathing, but not human breathing. Thin, shaky, almost childlike. She reached for her phone to turn on the flashlight. Just then, something crawled off the bed, slowly, dragging itself, like someone pulling themselves forward on their elbows. Maya froze. The next morning, her mother found something under the bed, a shoebox full of Lena's belongings, packed away months ago, stored in a different room. But that wasn't the disturbing part. On top of the box, a photograph of Maya, sleeping, taken last night. Someone had been in the room. On the back of the photo, written faintly in pencil, "Don't sleep alone tonight." The family brought a priest. They had the apartment blessed. Things calmed down for a few days. Then Maya's mother woke at 3:30 a.m. to the sound of a girl breathing next to her ear, cold and soft. She bolted upright. The wardrobe door swung open on its own. Inside, in the dark, something whispered, "She still needs me." The family moved out the following week. They never went back, and they never found out who took that photograph. Some places keep the ones we lose, and some refuse to let them go. Our next story belongs to Evan, a college student who took the same route home every evening. His bus stop had 3 benches, but everyone avoided the third one. People said anyone who sat there ended up in trouble within a week. Accidents, break-ins, nightmares that followed them even when awake. Evan didn't believe any of it. One cold evening, just to make fun of the rumor, he sat on the 3rd bench and immediately felt it. The cold, not normal cold, metallic, deep, like sitting on ice. He put his hand on the bench and felt a vibration, a faint tapping, like fingers, small fingers tapping from underneath. He stood up instantly, looked around, nobody. The next day, he tried again. This time, he felt someone breathing behind him, hot breath close to his ear. He turned. The bench was empty. Over the next few days, he noticed something strange. Whenever he approached the bus stop, the streetlight above the third bench flickered. Only that one. One night, he bent forward to look under the bench. No person, no animal, but the ground underneath was covered with scratch marks, as if someone had clawed at the concrete, trying to get out. Evan started having visions. Not dreams, visions. Short flashes whenever he blinked. A child lying under the bench, eyes wide open, dust in their hair, and a hand reaching out, grabbing his ankle. He'd jump awake, gasping. One evening, as he waited for the bus, a woman approached him. An older woman with tired eyes. She said in a soft voice, "You shouldn't sit there. My son used to sit on that bench. They found him under it 3 years ago. No one knows how he got there." Evan felt sick. Before he could respond, the woman placed a finger on the bench. The metal dented, as if someone inside had pushed upward. Evan backed away, horrified. Then the bus arrived. He stepped onto it, breathing fast. As the doors closed, he saw something through the window. A small hand slid out from under the bench, pale, dirty, reaching for him, and the streetlight went out. No one used the third bench again, including Evan. Some spirits stay where they were lost. Others try to pull you in. Our final story is from a man named Lucas. He worked night shifts in a 6-story office building. Everyone else left at 9 p.m., but his shift ended at midnight. One night, around 11:40, Lucas took the stairwell instead of the elevator, and that decision changed everything. As soon as he stepped inside, he heard footsteps above him, slow, dragging, one step at a time. He called out, no answer. He climbed another flight. The footsteps climbed too, but out of sync. Not like a living person walking, more like something being dragged upward. He stopped, held his breath. The sound stopped too. He tried to leave, but the stairwell door wouldn't open. It wasn't locked, it just wouldn't move. When he turned back, something whispered down the stairwell. A woman's voice, tired, broken. "Why did you leave me alone in the dark?" Lucas froze. He recognized the voice. It sounded just like his ex-fiancée, Anna, who had passed away 5 months earlier. He whispered back, shaking, "Anna." The stairwell lights flickered. The air turned icy. He heard footsteps rushing down toward him, fast. He ran up the stairs, floor 3, floor 4, floor 5. Every time he stopped, the footsteps stopped right behind him. At the 6th floor, he slammed into the door. It opened easily. He stumbled into the hallway, breathing hard. Then he saw her, a woman standing at the far end, hair down, back facing him. He whispered, "Anna." The woman turned slowly. It wasn't Anna. Her face pale, stretched, hollow, but her voice was Anna's. "Why did you leave me alone in the dark?" Lucas ran for the elevator. The lights surged. The entire hallway hummed. Inside the elevator, as the doors began to close, he saw the woman sprint toward him on all fours, faster than any human should move. He slammed the close button until the doors shut. As the elevator descended, the emergency speaker crackled. A voice whispered through it, "Floor 0, stay with me." When the doors opened, the building lobby was empty, silent. But on the security desk, a phone was ringing, his own number, calling him. Lucas quit his job the next morning. The building was abandoned a year later. No one ever found out who or what was in that stairwell.